Hey, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to your ultimate destination for all things Dallas Cowboys. From the latest news, game analyses, rumors, to deep dives into player performances and strategies, we've got you covered. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a play. Let's dive into everything you need to know about America's team. When the news broke that Mosley had signed with the Dallas Cowboys, the football world stopped for a second. Nobody saw it coming, not like this, not at this stage of free agency. It felt like one of those moments when a team, already known for flair and drama, decided to remind everyone that America's team still knows how to make splash. The Cowboys have been desperate to fix the middle of their defense, especially after losing key veterans and watching the run defense collapse in big games. Bringing in Mosley isn't just a signing, it's a statement. We're talking about a guy who has been the backbone of the New York Jets defense, a five-time Pro Bowler, a cerebral linebacker with leadership oozing out of every rep. Dallas fans immediately took to social media, celebrating the move like it was a Super Bowl win. Finally, a grown-up in the middle, one fan wrote. But this isn't just hype. Mosley brings an attitude, a physicality, and a sense of command that Dallas has been missing since Sean Lee's prime. You can already feel the shift in energy around the star in Frisco. Something big just happened, and everyone knows it. Now, let's be clear. Mosley isn't coming in as some washed-up veteran looking for one last payday. No, this is a move about identity. It's about culture. The Cowboys' defense has speed, flash, and highlight plays, but what it's lacked is a voice, that stabilizing force who gets everyone lined up, who knows what's coming before the ball is snapped. That's what Mosley does best. He's like having a coach wearing pads, someone who can read an offense's body language and adjust on the fly. Dan Quinn may have left, but with Mike Zimmer stepping in as defensive coordinator, the Cowboys wanted a player who could execute that old-school, disciplined, assignment sound style. Zimmer loves his linebackers to be smart, physical, and mean. Mosley checks every single box. People forget that when he's healthy, he's a tackling machine. The Cowboys have Micah Parsons wreaking havoc off the edge, but now, with Mosley calling the shots in the middle, everything around him just clicks into place like a puzzle piece finally found. And you can already imagine how practices are going to look. Micah flying around, Trayvon Diggs jawing in coverage, and Mosley in the center of it all, cool, composed, commanding. That presence alone changes things. Remember how Ray Lewis used to make everyone around him play 10% better? Mosley learned from that Baltimore system. He carries that same DNA. He's not the loudest guy in the room, but his words carry weight. Younger players like Damone Clark and DeMarvion Overshown are going to benefit massively. They'll learn how to study, how to prepare, how to diagnose plays instead of just reacting. For years, the Cowboys have relied too much on talent and not enough on football IQ. Mosley brings both. It's the perfect blend of grit and smarts. And in a locker room that sometimes needs that veteran grounding energy, he's the guy who keeps everyone focused. The Cowboys didn't just add a linebacker. They added a general. You can almost hear the echoes of How About Them Cowboys coming back to life. Of course, every big signing comes with its share of questions. The most obvious one, age and mileage. Mosley is entering the twilight of his career, no doubt, and linebackers take punishment like few others in the league. The Jets leaned on him heavily, and at times you could see the wear in his step. But the Cowboys are betting that in their system, with the front seven rotation they have, he won't have to carry the same burden. Parsons, Osa Odigizwa, and DeMarcus Lawrence will take on most of the chaos up front, freeing Mosley to focus on reading plays and making clean tackles. And if anyone doubts his motivation, just look at his interviews. The man is fueled by respect, or the lack of it. He's heard the whispers that he's done, and that's the kind of chip on the shoulder that fits perfectly in Dallas. A motivated Mosley behind that defensive line? That's a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks and offensive coordinators alike. The timing of this signing also says a lot about where the Cowboys' mindset is heading into the new season. They're done waiting. They're done playing it safe. After years of promising starts that fizzled out when it mattered most, this feels like a win-now signal from Jerry Jones himself. Bringing in a leader like Mosley isn't just about depth. It's about accountability. The Cowboys' defense has been elite in spurts, but inconsistent when it matters most, especially in playoff moments when communication broke down or players got caught out of position. That's where Mosley's presence can't be overstated. He simplifies things. He brings order to chaos. And make no mistake, when Zimmer and Mosley start clicking, this defense could look terrifyingly efficient. If the offense does its part, this might be the most complete Cowboys team we've seen in a decade. Fans can sense it. The swagger's back, and it feels real this time. Now imagine this. It's Week 1, AT&T Stadium, lights bright, crowd roaring. The opposing offense lines up, thinking they've got the Cowboys figured out. Then they see number 57 standing there, eyes locked, pointing, shifting teammates around like a chess master, setting up a trap. The snap hits. Mosley reads the guard pull, shoots the gap, and stuffs the run for a 2-yard loss. That's not just a tackle. That's a tone setter. That's what the Cowboys have been missing. Someone who dictates, not reacts. You can almost picture Parsons feeding off that energy, turning loose with even more freedom. And as the game goes on, that unity builds. The Dallas defense starts playing like a single heartbeat, communicating, swarming, punishing. That's what Mosley brings: structure, discipline, intensity. This isn't just about stats or tackles. It's about attitude. It's about setting a standard. Cowboys Nation might not realize it yet, but this signing could be the pivot point, the moment we look back on and say, that's when the defense finally grew up. Behind closed doors, insiders are already buzzing about how fast Mosley has adapted to the Cowboys playbook. Coaches say he's been in constant communication with Zimmer, breaking down film late into the night, analyzing every nuance of their defensive front. That kind of preparation is contagious. You can feel it in the locker room. When a veteran like Mosley shows up and outworks everyone, even the stars take notice. The younger players start matching that intensity. It's like the entire culture starts shifting from good enough to not satisfied. And that's what Dallas has needed. Too often, the Cowboys have relied on raw talent to carry them. But football is a game of details, of discipline, and that's where Mosley thrives. His anticipation, his ability to diagnose plays before they happen. It's almost eerie. Reporters covering camp say you can hear him shouting adjustments seconds before the snap, and more often than not, he's right. That kind of mental sharpness could be the difference between another disappointing playoff exit and a legitimate Super Bowl run. It's leadership that can't be faked, and right now, it's exactly what the Cowboys were missing at the heart of their defense. Now, what's really interesting is how this signing changes Micah Parsons' role. For the first time in his career, Parsons doesn't have to be the emotional anchor and the tactical brain all at once. With Mosley commanding the middle, Parsons can do what he does best: hunt. He can rush from anywhere, edge, inside, standing up, hand in the dirt, without worrying about whether the rest of the defense is aligned correctly. Mosley becomes that voice in his ear, keeping everything structured so Parsons can unleash pure chaos. Think about that for a second. A disciplined field general paired with a generational disruptor? That's a terrifying combination. Opposing offenses will be forced to choose. Double-team Micah and let Mosley roam free, or key in on Mosley's reads and watch Micah blow up the backfield. It's a lose-lose scenario. The Cowboys might finally have found their balance, brains and brawn in perfect harmony. If Zimmer can orchestrate that synergy, we're talking about a defense capable of suffocating anyone, anywhere, anytime. That's championship material right there, plain and simple. The ripple effect goes even deeper. Mosley's leadership isn't just about calling plays. It's about accountability during the week. One of his trademarks in New York was pulling teammates aside after practice, not to criticize, but to teach. We can fix this here, he'd say, pointing out angles, positioning, tendencies. That kind of quiet mentorship turns average players into pros. For Dallas, where young talent is everywhere, that's gold. Guys like Clark, Overshone, and even safeties like Donovan Wilson will thrive with someone who connects the dots for them. Zimmer can coach from the sideline, but Mosley coaches from the field. It's a rare dynamic, and it's going to make everyone sharper. The Cowboys' defense, already loaded with playmakers, could evolve into something scarier. a unit that plays fast and smart. Because when instinct meets preparation, chaos meets control. And that's when championship defenses are born. Jerry Jones might have just pulled off one of the quietest but most meaningful moves of his tenure. Sometimes the loudest statements come from the calmest signings. Mosley is proof of that. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Of course, the skeptics are already circling. He's too old. He's lost a step. Dallas overpaid. You know how it goes. Every big Cowboys move draws critics like moths to a flame. But here's the thing. Mosley doesn't need to be the same sideline-to-sideline blur he was in his Baltimore prime. He just needs to be the anchor. His intelligence makes up for what he's lost in pure speed. He angles his tackles better, takes smarter pursuit lines, and rarely gets fooled by motion or misdirection. That's invaluable, especially in today's NFL, where offenses are designed to manipulate linebackers. And if you think about it, that's exactly what the Cowboys have lacked, a player who doesn't bite on the bait. With Mosley there, those big play breakdowns over the middle, they're going to vanish. He brings calm where chaos used to live. That's not a stat you'll see on ESPN, but coaches know it changes everything. You don't measure value just by tackles. You measure it by trust. And trust in this defense has been hard to come by, until now. Another underrated aspect here is how this move affects the Cowboys' overall mentality heading into crunch time. Think about those playoff losses, the moments where everything unraveled, where confusion reigned and frustration spilled over. That's where Mosley's experience becomes priceless. He's been through every scenario: blowouts, comebacks, heartbreakers, rebuilds. He knows how to steady a sideline when emotions run high. The Cowboys have needed that kind of emotional compass for years. Someone who doesn't flinch. Someone who reminds everyone that games are won on discipline, not panic. His presence alone can turn a nervous defense into a confident one. And that confidence spills into offense too. Dak Prescott and the crew play looser when they know the defense won't crumble late. It's a chain reaction, and Mosley could be the first link in a stronger, steadier Cowboys identity. That's why this isn't just a personnel move, it's a philosophical one. Dallas isn't just chasing stars anymore. They're building structure. They're building maturity. In the end, this signing might go down as one of those moments that reshaped the Cowboys' destiny. Not because it's flashy, but because it's foundational. Great teams aren't just built on speed or highlight reels. They're built on trust, intelligence, and leadership. That's what Mosley brings. He's not a headline chaser, he's a tone setter. In a league obsessed with youth and hype, Dallas just invested in wisdom and poise. And if it pays off, we might look back and realize this was the missing piece all along. The Cowboys' defense, once unpredictable, could become relentless, efficient, terrifyingly consistent. Every great era in Cowboys history had a leader in the middle. Lee, Gwynn, Ken Norton Jr., and now Mosley takes that mantle. So while everyone debates stats and salaries, remember this. Football isn't just about who runs faster or hits harder. It's about who understands the game better. CJ Mosley understands it like few ever have. And now, he's wearing the star. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.